Now, I was very good and I made my mum's Mother's Day card earlier in the week. I will link the video in the description box, but you may need a last minute card quickly. Let me show you how I made this simple one layered card in about 15 minutes. I'll take you down. Good morning, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine. I do hope that everybody's well. You can just see Blue's tail wagging a little bit there in shot. There are a couple of birds on the bird feeder, so she's terribly excited. Do you know, I saw the woodpecker on there yesterday. Yes, he's had the last of the peanuts. I do need to go out there today and fill them up. Anyway, I'm coming on today with what is supposed to be a quick video, but you know me. It could go on and there may be disasters ahead, but I thought I'd come on and show you a very quick, simple idea using minimal supplies for a last minute Mother's Day card. Although I'm making this for a Mother's Day card, it could be for any occasion. So I'm using good old-fashioned distress ink rather than oxides for this technique today. I'm doing a simple one layer card, as I say, minimal supplies. I've got an acrylic block which measures approximately, I think it's in centimetres, it measures approximately 7 centimetres by just over 10 centimetres. Oh, she's coming in to have a look. And I'm going to swipe my acrylic block with picked raspberry at the bottom. I want quite a lot of dried marigold. I'm going to these are quite old and dried out. And then squeezed lemonade at the top. So this is quite nice, bright, funky colours. And I'm going to spray it with water. Blue probably won't like this because she'll get a bit on her. No, she didn't like that. And I'm going to carefully, without smudging, I've got inky fingers already, place this in the centre of my card. Can you see the beading? Do I want it towards, I'm going to go slightly towards the top, just very slightly, and I'm going to press down, and I want the colour to run, but I also want some speckles, and I'm not quite central, but never mind. I'm making this for my mother-in-law, and her eyesight isn't perfect, so perhaps she won't notice. A bit more of that orange colour in the middle. And then I'm carefully lifting up. And can you see, we've got a really lovely kind of faux watercolour effect there. And you know that I'm usually all about the speckles, but for this, I want the colour to run. Going to mop up, could do with a piece of clean kitchen paper. I'm going to mop up this dampness here, being careful not to go outside the lines. We'll pop that out of the way. I'm going to give a little bit of a dry with my heat tool. And I'm going to come back to you in a minute when this is completely dry. So it's a little bit later now. This is all beautifully dry. I love how it's dried. And it is worth letting these dry naturally if you can. You just get a nicer finish, I feel. It's a little tiny bit up there that's still a little bit damp, but hopefully we won't spoil that. And I thought I want to put a vase here. And on this stamp set, there is a selection of solid shapes. That could work, but I don't, it's a bit too big, and that's a little bit too big as well. So I thought I'd find a colour that goes well with everything, and I think prize ribbon does actually. So I've got that out. I've got it in oxide. I don't own it in the ordinary distress ink. And I'm going to actually stencil. I've got some mini stencils. This is Elements. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. And I thought that this would be quite a nice little vase. Quirky. And we're going to stencil through. So I think that would be quite nice because I like how it leans at the top. I'm going to tape it down with this removable tape. but also mask off these other areas. And I think that's pretty much where I want it. And we have a bit on this side, like so. And then I've got a blending brush, and here is my prize ribbon. So I'm going to start darker at the bottom, blend out towards the top. I'm going to put a bit more tape down the bottom here. Just so that I don't get any on my card, and a bit more at the top. You can reuse these bits of tape, so don't get rid of them, like so. I do need, do you know what might be better is this. But you might have a stamp in your collection that is a little vase. So there we go. We will take it away and we will see what it looks like. And this tape comes away beautifully easily so that you don't tear your paper. That's got a little bit of ink on it. So I'm going to put that in there because I don't want to reuse that. And then we'll take these side pieces away. And then we can remove our stencil. And there we go. That's quite arty, I think, isn't it? And we're sticking still to our one layer. I mean, if you were not bothered about doing a quick and simple card, minimal supplies, just one layer, you could die cut something, or you could cut a piece of pattern paper, or you could ink up a separate piece of card and stencil a pattern on it. There's all kinds of things that you could do. In fact, actually, I wonder if in here we could stencil a little pattern. I think there's a spotty one. These are quite big though. And if I'd done it in a slightly lighter colour, maybe I could. But yeah, it gives you an idea of what you could do if you know. But I think kind of layering up different stencils does give you options. Now, I think I'm going to bring in my stamp platform because I really don't want to mess this up now. So I'm going to open it up. Put my card in. I've got a new piece of sticky grid, all nice and clean, and it is nice and sticky, but I'm also going to use a magnet just to keep this layer closed. Okay, so I'm going to stamp in ordinary distress ink some of these flowers and leaves. And oh, I didn't want to do that actually. I've just ripped my packet. I like this one here, and I'm going to do this in picked raspberry. So we'll have it like that, central, like so. And I'm going to ink this up really, really well. These stamps aren't really designed for, sorry, these inks aren't really the best for stamping in. Find oxides slightly better, but I think if you've got anything like the Catherine Pooler inks, they would work well. Let's try that like that, pressing down really hard and lifting away. See, that's quite nice, and I like the pink against the yellow. I do wish I'd used a slightly paler colour of blue for the vase now, because it is quite dominating. But, you know, it is what it is. As Tim Holtz would say, don't freak your freak. And I think we need a leaf. Well, I like these actually. Shall we have a leaf coming down like so? And I don't mind, it's a bit big. I don't mind if parts of my image go outside of the watercolour border. That's quite a nice thing to do. I think we'll have you like so, and we'll do you in the dried marigold. Giving that a really good inking up. I think this is so out of moisture. I do need some refills. I think it's also nice to use your distress inks, your original distress inks. How many of you have got those in your stash knocking around that you don't use anymore? That's lovely and delicate. And I'm going to, just for symmetry's sake, have another one like that, a little bit higher and overlapping. And then we'll think a little bit about some foliage. You know, I think I might leave it at that because less is more. There's just one thing I do want to do, because I love these in this set. I'm going to find a little acrylic block and use this little dotty selection. So this is, did I say who this was? I think this is inspired by Linda. So it's Julie Hickey Designs. Did I even say that? Julie Hickey Designs, and this is inspired by Linda, one of her design team. I'd love to be on her design team. So I'm just going to bring that in, and I think I want to just bring in a little bit more of the orange. So again, I'm still using my original distress inks. And it's just adding a little bit more interest. And then I think we'll come in with a little bit of picked raspberry down the bottom. I love how that orange and the pink have mixed to make a really dark pink in this bottom corner. Let's go there like so, and there like so. And that's an experiment, because oxides are supposed to layer on dark colours. Whether it will on top of this, I don't know. I'm going to come in with some of the picked raspberry. Doesn't show up terribly well, but if you wanted to, you could heat emboss that with clear embossing powder or metallic embossing powder to add a little element. Shall we do that? Have I got an embossing ink? Yes. But I haven't got any embossing powder handy. So no, we won't. It's supposed to be simple. So that, just got one more thing to do. I'm going to stamp the sentiment just to say, and then inside I shall say Happy Mother's Day. So this would be, in fact, I'm going to use my stamp platform here because I really don't want to mess this up after all this time. So we'll have that there, like so. And I wish I'd put this slightly higher up actually, but never mind. There we go. There it is. Really lovely, I think, simple one layer card. using minimal supplies. 1 stamp set, 3 colours of ink and this oxide. Do comment down below what you think and I'll be back soon. Take care everybody. Bye now.